that you have evaluated your life and you have thought about your goals, your quest, your pursuits, your desires, what is it you're yearning to achieve, and you hopefully have come to one or two conclusions. One conclusion is you are correct in your pursuits, or your pursuits are wrong and you need to change your goals. Another suggestion that I would offer, and I've said this before, be grateful for what you have. I mean, you want to offer yourself some kind of comfort and solace and peace. Be grateful for what you have. No one has nothing. I mean, another revelation, give credit where credit is due. Another revelation from God is even the homeless have the planet at their disposal. They have the lakes, the rivers, the fishes. They have the land. You don't have to have a home to have land. There's land that nobody uses all over the place. Homeless people can very easily grow fruits and vegetables and live off what the land gives them. We know there's fish. We know there's trees. We know that before we had building material supply warehouses, people cut down their own trees and made their own homes and planted and grew fruits and vegetables and lived off of them. They even kept animals. So no one is without anything. We having been brainwashed by this modern corporate culture, believe that we are without nothing. We're not. If we were to lose our home, if we were to lose our jobs, if our family didn't want to look at us anymore, there's the land. There's the rivers. There's the trees. I know it's a hard concept for people to recognize, but the reality is there isn't anyone without anything. And I contend that if you're listening to this video, at least if you're listening to my voice, you have a computer with internet connection, which means you have to have a home. So you are without nothing. You have a home. And you have food. It may not be what the rich people eat, but it's food. Sustains you, keeps you going. That's a second suggestion. Take inventory of what you have and realize that you do have something. You have a lot. That car that you hate, but takes you to work. It's not the greatest car in the world, but it takes you to work. It fulfills its function. And of course, if you're ever going to get anywhere, if you're ever going to accomplish anything in your life, you're going to have to develop an optimistic spirit. You have that. Again, giving credit where credit is due. In the Bible, God says, let us make them in our image. Having listened to a Christian minister explain that, he was talking about the wisdom of God and the love of God. You don't need a college education to understand how to manage your life, because God has already shared his wisdom with you. I was speaking to a woman in my taxi who told me her life story, and basically it amounted to living in Alaska, meeting a Mexican man with no papers. He got deported. Now her life has been uprooted. She's here on the border. He's turned to a Laos, an abusive Laos. And when I was talking to her, she had made a mention of, oh, it's divine intervention that I met. She said, no, it's not. Because God has empowered you with all the necessary knowledge to know how to manage your life. You are not without wisdom. You're without practice. You're without confidence. But you're not without wisdom. You're not without information. If you wanted to get a job, you know that you can log on to the internet and search the job websites. You know you can go down to your corner store and buy the city paper and look through the classifieds. You know you can go to the employment agencies. You have wisdom. You're not using it. So nobody is without anything. God has given us the land. God has given us the trees. God has given us the oceans, the rivers. And God has given us each other. Not only that, He's given us Himself. So there's another suggestion. Of course, the previous suggestion is actually, planning to achieve your goals. You have to plan life. Life doesn't just not happen. You have to plan it. You have to sit down and do what I call breakfast meetings. That's right. I have breakfast meetings with myself. I take out my little black notebook where I've written down my goals and my objectives, and I evaluate how things are going. And if things are not going great, where's the problem? And what can I do to resolve that problem? You have to plan life. Life does not happen. But you have to organize your thoughts, and you have to organize your emotions. One of the hardest things for a human being to do is to get in touch with his or her emotions. We know we're suffering. We know we're in pain. But we're not willing to listen or search our souls to find the source of that pain. Thank you. I wish you well.